Hello YouTube. Once more I'm Swifting. This time to show you how to mount a new brake disc and pads on this particular car, and also how to check your wheel bearing play. And I start with this one, the wheel bearing play. And well, there's very good reason for it, and I'll show you that one. And I'm very happy that the friendly dealer was friendly enough to give me this advice and knowledge. They saved me, I think, 100 euros. If you see this, this may look okay, alright? I'll take you to the other side. Watch what I'm doing with the brake disc. And you see the drive shaft moving with it. You should think wheel bearing is shot, don't you? I can tell you that it's not the case. The lack of play here comes from the fact that I have had the drive shaft pulled outwards and the nut tightened on, and all of a sudden that axial play has gone. That's a very valuable piece of advice, you know. So first of all, of course, I did clean the disc surface yes, to prevent rusting in the box. The whole thing is greased up. Well, you don't want grease on your braking surface, don't you? So all the oil has been removed. Once I slid the disc on its place, there's a little girl greeting me. Dag weer meisje. And next, of course, the two screws to keep the disc in place. To follow by the brake pads. The pads here are held in place by these spring-loaded pieces of steel. And these are the sliding surfaces. Those surfaces I will have to grease a little bit. There you have it. Next I mount this bracket back to the hub, there and there and there, and then we'll follow, of course, the piston and the caliper. Of course, the piston has been pushed back in its seat to allow room for new brake pads and a new disc. See ya! So there you have the surfaces, the sliding surfaces, greased up a tiny bit. That's just enough, you know. This is heat resisting grease. And I also notched these edges a little bit with the file, just to take out any irregularities. And then this is the bracket we have with the pads installed. So next is to mount the bracket to the hub. And of course I just notch the bolts with a little bit of copper grease too, just to prevent them to get sticked in the place and impossible to remove later on. And it's easy as this one, you know. This is the result. So now I'm going to tighten it up. So this is the assembly, as it should be. It's quite easy, you know, once you know what to do, of course. get the wheel on, and well, first I will finish off the bolts, of course, tighten everything, but then it's just wheel on and that's it. Okay, YouTube, remember that I wasn't able to take the wheel from the hub, you know. I bolted on the wheel now, just 2 nuts, but okay. Take it loose. Well, there you have it already, you see it. It's coming loose this time. Hold on for a second. Let me tell you that this is normal. This is the way it should be. The wheel should come loose once you take the nuts loose. That was not the case, as you know, as you may remember. This is what I had to do. I had to sand and file the hub back to its bare metal surface, which I did. It took me about 10-15 minutes. And the same I had to do with the interior of the wheel where it touches the hub ring. So now it's okay. So I grease it up slightly and we'll get the wheel on. And as you see, yes, I did press it completely onto the disc, right? There you have it, touch marks from the grease. So now it's finally as it should be. Remember, this car has to become my dad's 78-year-old. He is daily driver. So a wheel that does not come off when you have a flat tire at the side of the road, it's not an option, I believe. See ya. Okay, and so with the wheel now only hand tight mounted, I call this side quits. I'm going to do the same thing at the other side. Okay, the story continues. This I hadn't shown yet, but this is the way to pull the brake disc loose from the hub. You just use 2 standard 8mm bolts, and that's this way you press the disc from the hub. Well, this disc is even in worse state of affairs as the previous one. It is, well, incredibly. I don't understand that people just think it's cheaper just to swap. Well, I have no consideration for people like this. I'm now working on the hub before I reinstall the disc to get all the rust away before installing the disc this time. At the other side, the disc was quite in my way when I was trying to clean this all up. I had the same kind of problem with the wheel, you know, at this side as I had on the other. So, well, I'm enjoying myself with the file on the hub and getting everything back to its original size. And now for the test. Hang the caliper to the side. Push the wheel on and take it off as easy as that. Okay, one job done. This took me more than 15 minutes to clean it up. 15. Clean the grease from the disc surface. Check the other side once more. It's okay. And this is the way it should be put on. Why? Because there are threads available. And I even got some new screws. These aren't Phillips, these are post drift, right. Let me get my post drift. Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to remount the bracket. Okay, that's the first ball. It started. Now the second one. Okay. And now it's 17mm socket. And the other one. Checking for my torque. I'm there already. All right. And it's there too. So, next, take the caliper. Grease up the piston a little bit. And discover that you need to press the piston a little bit further than you had already. So now I have to make my clamp dirty. That's pity, isn't it? Well, there you go. Done. Check for the last time if the caliper is free floating. It is. And retry. Yeah, this time it goes on. No problem. Bolt. 1 bolt, 2. Sometimes life is easy. I've even been able to get this thread repaired, so I don't need to replace the hub studs, or this hub stud anyway. It's all forward. Nuts are now full going. Tighten this a little bit by hand to be improved later. And now for the moment of glory. Thanks to internet, I sourced these hubcaps with the Suzuki logo on them. I'm going to mount it now, just for now, because I need to tighten, of course, the nuts and everything. But just for now, so that my dad may look at it already. I think that it looks a world of difference compared to those El Cheapo ones that were on it before. See you.